Hey everyone, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing the Shadow Work Tarot reading for the sign of Libra. Now, just so you know, I'll be using the Dark Mirror Oracle deck in order to paint. My gosh, I can't even speak anymore. In order to pull the main messages and energies for the Shadow Work reading. To gain insight as to what this pertains to in relation to your situation, I'll be using the Wild Unknown Tarot, as always, and then clarifying further with the Intuitive. So, let's get stuck in for you then. So, as you know, this is a general reading. It's not going to apply to everybody. If you feel like this isn't necessarily the right one for you, you can check out your other placements in regards to your moon sign in particular. If you're looking in regards to your sun sign, you can also check your rising in Venus. So if you haven't done your natal chart already, I recommend taking a look, because there may be another video that's more relevant to your current circumstances. Okay, so let's just go ahead and pull the first two cards for you. Interesting. Okay. So the first card I pulled for you was the Gilded Regrets card. Okay. Now this really talks of looking back on a situation with bitterness, with resentment, with anger, with upset, heartbreak. Essentially regret, looking at it and wishing that things were different, that there was a different outcome, that you'd gone about things differently, that maybe you were different in some way, or that the situation itself was very different. Interesting. We'll see more as to what that pertains to as we go forward. But next you have Forgetting Oneself. So this is talking about, operating from a very surface level energy. Masking your true self in order to project how you think you want people want you to be this, charming individual that everyone wants to spend their time with, right? But hiding your true self behind this mask. But I feel like the mask that you're wearing is very thin. The cracks are already showing. So whatever you've been projecting in order to protect yourself, it's, the cracks are already starting to show, and people are starting to see the real you beneath it. So why continue to wear this mask? And I feel like this is kind of a defense mechanism in regards to this energy that you're moving towards, okay? Because there are things from the past that have affected you, that have affected how you interact with others, particularly in regards to your relationships. So you feel like you have to hide some aspect of yourself or downplay some of your characteristics in order to be more acceptable or more alluring to other people, right? But that's not necessarily the case, okay? That might not be the case at all. It's just how you're perceiving it. You feel like you have to downplay certain aspects of your character, of your past, in order to be more accepted, right, by others. So that's something that definitely needs addressing, because you're not here to project a false image. You're here to live your story and to share aspects of that story with others, so that they may also rise in order to be, the truest and most aligned versions of themselves in this reality, right? In their perceived reality, in your perceived reality, and so on and so on. But so it kind of does you a disservice if you're projecting something that's not real in order to mask what you feel is going to be too much for people to handle in some ways. Whether it's your emotions, whether it's the circumstances you've navigated through, whether it's the choices you've made. Because there is some guilt here. So I feel like there's some guilt and shame in relation to a situation or some aspect of your character, and you're trying to hide it from someone or just people in general, okay? So if this applies to you, I strongly encourage you to watch on, so we can deal with that here and now. If this doesn't resonate, that's fine, you know. You can pause this here and take a look at some of the other videos, okay? So now I'm going to go into your tarot in relation to this. So to begin with, you have the Father of Cups in reverse. So this is the King of Cups energy, right? Water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So yeah, your emotions might be at an all-time high. You may feel like they're starting to spill over, and people are starting to see your emotional response to certain triggers, right? Because that cool, calm, icy control that you may have once had is starting to slip. The mask, as I said, the veil that you're creating with this mask between your true self and this projected self is very, very thin at this time. So people are starting to see through the cracks, and your emotions in regards to certain situations and individuals is starting to show. Okay. Next you have the Six of Cups in reverse. Some more water energy. So what is it about your past that you're trying to keep buried? There is something you're trying to keep buried and prevent from resurfacing. Because there's a lot of pain that comes with this, but there's also, I feel like, shame, okay? So whatever it is that you're trying to suppress and keep hidden, that's the thing you need to confront head on within yourself, right? That's where the inner work needs to come in. All right? So next you have the Son of Swords. So this is the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, where is this swords coming from? The Knight of Wands, okay? So fire energy, Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. So I don't know whether this is you or another individual, but you know, something's coming in strong, okay, and very passionately. This could be in relation to another individual. There may be someone that's kind of triggering you right now, that wants to get closer to you, that wants to see the real you, that's trying to ignite something within you, and it's causing, the shaking of your foundations, because you've carefully constructed this persona, right? And now the cracks are showing, and they're trying to get you to unveil the real you, and that's bringing this energy out as a result. You're not wanting them to see all parts of you. You don't want them to find this thing out, whatever it is that you're ashamed of, you know. So the fact that they're probing and they're actually triggering you by the things that they're asking you, or the things that, you know, they're requiring from you, or the situations they're putting you in, is a big indicator that whatever this is needs addressing now. Okay, that's why this person's come into your life, or they appear to be triggering you more now. It's because this thing needs addressing. Okay. Next you have the Hermit. Okay, so you have the Hermit in reverse, Virgo energy. So you may have Virgo in your chart somewhere, or you may be dealing with someone who is a Virgo, or simply this energy is very prominent right now, I feel. Because again, this is talking about you avoiding the truth, you avoiding the inner work, exposing the thing you fear most of being revealed, the thing that you're trying to keep under wraps about yourself, right? But you're being called upon to do that because the cracks are showing anyway. Your emotional outbursts are shining a light on areas of yourself that needs healing, right? So rather than continuing and waiting for it to just explode, you really need to be going within and addressing these things now, okay, on your own terms, rather than waiting for it to be as a result of, an implosion or an explosion. Next you have the Ace of Swords. So this is really powerful. Obviously this is air energy, Gemini, Aquarius. Who am I thinking? Gemini, Aquarius. Who am I missing? My brain's just going blank at the moment. Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra, obviously. Wow, I'm doing your reading and I forgot your sign entirely. I'm blaming on being sick. That's what I'm going with. Libra. So this is the sort of truth. This is the very thing that you're not, and you see how this is under this here, the thing that you're burying deep within yourself. This is the very thing that you need to confront here, right? It's telling you, not only speak your truth, first you have to face your truth, right? In regards to this situation, or whatever it is that you're trying to suppress. Face your truth, confront your truth, accept your truth, embrace your truth, and then communicate your truth, okay? This energy here is the crux of everything. This is what's being asked of you at this time. You know your truth, face your truth, and speak your truth, okay? And then finally you have the Five of Cups in reverse. So yeah, I feel like maybe for some time you were kind of just trying to ignore what you feel you've lost in the process of this situation, or what you felt like the effects, the upset, the hurt, the pain, the anger, the anguish that this has caused. And because this person, whoever this sort of Son of Wands, Knight of Wands person is, it could be just about anyone in your life, whoever represents them, because they're triggering you and they're making you revisit these things from the past that you're trying to keep so tightly under wraps, it's kind of forcing you to look back on something that you don't want to look back on, because there's a lot of regret, guilt, shame, anger, upset in relation to that situation. So just the sheer fact that they're forcing you to revisit it is causing a lot of inner turmoil, I feel. Okay. So let's clarify then to get more insight as to what's going on here. I think we've got a good sense of the energies here and the type of situation that's playing out, but obviously everyone's circumstances are so different, so you have to fit it to your own individual circumstances. If it does, obviously maybe the only parts of this is relevant, or maybe none of it at all, but if it is, then you'll know exactly how that's relevant to your own case, right? Because it's going to be very different for each and every one of you. I love it, okay, I'll take it. So, clarifying then, the King of Cups in reverse, you have the Wheel of Fortune and the King of Pentacles, okay? So we've got Earth energy here as well. So yeah, this is talking about a karmic situation that's coming to an end. A situation that's being resolved, but the only way in which that can happen is if you really go in and confront the past, why these emotions are coming up as they are and so strongly, why you have such a strong emotional reaction to whoever this individual may be. It may be characterized in this figure here, so it could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, okay? It could be any one of those signs, or they might have this in their chart somewhere, possibly not at all. It might simply be the energy that they're that you associate with this person, okay? And there's some emotional attachment with this person that hasn't been dealt with yet, whether it's coming from a place of hatred or a place of love. Either way, there is a very strong soul tie with this person still that hasn't been severed, and that's why you can't move on, because you haven't confronted the past yet fully. Okay, so clarifying the Six of Cups in reverse here, you have the Tower and the King of Swords. Okay, so we have another king here. Possibly they could be an air sign, right? It could be almost just about anyone at this point. But yeah, this is saying that this thing that you've been suppressing within yourself has been doing a lot of harm. It's causing a lot of chaos and destruction in your life because you haven't been willing to confront it head on, right? If you can face this head on, draw upon your inner strength and looking at it from a more objective point of view rather than being ruled by your emotions in relation to this situation, you'll be able to finally close the door on it and put it to bed. But until you do that, it is going to keep rearing its ugly head every once in a while. People are going to provoke you. You're going to be triggered because this hasn't been dealt with. So you keep seeing things fall apart in your life that are even just loosely affiliated with this situation, right? Clarifying the Son of Wands here, the Knight of Wands, you have the Sun and the Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, so it's funny how we have it in the upright here and in reverse here. So with the Sun there, it could be you're dealing with Leo for some of you. And yeah, this is the thing. This person, while you may feel like this person is just triggering you, that they're causing problems, that they're the devil incarnate because, you know, they're making you revisit things you don't want to look at, they're actually being brought in by the universe for your highest good to help you put this thing to bed once and for all. You may feel like this person is just causing problems and just wants to bring out the worst in you, but that's not the case. The universe brought this person in order to help you heal this situation, to deal with it once and for all. So you can put it to bed and finally go towards the thing that's going to make you happy. You know, to not be tied down by this situation, by these feelings of inadequacy or being a bad person or feeling like, you know, you're unlovable or unforgivable or anything like that. Whatever it is that you feel about yourself that's tied to the shame or the regret of this circumstance, this situation is playing out in order to help you put those negative thoughts and feelings about yourself and the situation to bed. Okay, that's the point here. So to clarify the Hermit in reverse, you have the Page of Swords and the Hierophant, Taurus energy. Okay, so we've got another major player here. So yeah, I mean, this is it. Again, the universe is literally intervening, you know, and saying, listen, you have an opportunity to start afresh, right? To not hold yourself at ransom to the situations that occurred in the past, but to cut it and let it go and move forward, okay? But the only way you can do that is if you're willing to go deep within yourself and confront your demons, okay? Face those things head on, the things you don't dare to look at, the things about yourself that you don't want seen, okay? Only you have the keys to your freedom. So you have to be willing to do the work, essentially. Okay. And then to clarify the Ace of Swords in the upright, you've got some heavy energies here, lots of major arcana. You have the World card and the Moon, okay? So Pisces energy also. It's unbelievable how much is coming up in this reading. Major energies. Yeah, revealing to yourself through the exploration of your inner world, revealing the truth, bringing it to the surface and releasing yourself of it, okay? Forgiveness, okay? Letting it go, purging it, allowing it to just be something of the past, acceptance, forgiveness, moving into a space of just speaking your truth and letting it go so it no longer holds so much weight to the point where it weighs you down, stops you from moving forward. Okay, so that's what that needs to happen here. You need to release yourself from this painful truth, and the only way to do that is to confront it head on by going deep within yourself. Okay, the answer is within, not the outside of you, not outside of you. Okay, the answer is within. So there you go. And then finally, clarifying the Five of Cups in reverse, you have the King of Wands in the reverse. where we have pretty much almost everybody here. Got 3 major kings here at least anyway. You have the 9 of Wands in the upright, but then the 3 of Wands in the reverse. So yeah, I feel like this situation makes you feel very disempowered. It makes you feel like, I feel like you've been through a lot, with this situation, as a result of this situation. And as such, it made you waiting constantly for a tomorrow that seemed to never come, right? Like tomorrow things will look different, it will feel different. If I just do this, if I just distract myself with this, and this, things will look very different. And it never happened, it never came. That tomorrow never came. Because ultimately, it doesn't matter how much you try to distract yourself from what you're truly thinking and feeling, and from this situation, that's not going to happen. You have to confront it head on. So the fact that someone's come in and they're triggering you and they're making you revisit these emotions and these thoughts and the situation itself, it's been very, it's been very draining. You don't feel, it makes you feel very disempowered, because you don't feel like you have the means to change it. But that's not the truth, okay? You have what it takes to overcome the situation, but first of all, you have to face it head on and come to terms with it for what it is, and accept, whatever part you had to play in it, or whatever the circumstances may be, or whoever was involved that caused you this pain, right? Whatever it is, you have to come to accept it for what it is, and then you can process it, heal it, and move on from it, and leave it truly in the past, rather than just suppressing it, okay? So Libra, I hope this helped. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you found this useful, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And yeah, I'll be doing another reading for you again very soon. I'm not sure which type of reading I'll be doing yet, but I'll let you know. And yeah, I hope you have a very good week ahead. So take care for now.